Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new here. Thank you so much for joining. So today I thought I would do a video which is basically all about my Kindle, coming from the perspective of somebody who primarily reads paperbacks, in case you couldn't already tell. I am very much a physical copy paperback girl through and through. I always have been, and I kind of feel like I always will be. However, I'm going to review this from that kind of perspective as to whether I think a Kindle is still worth it. I would not say that I am primarily an e-reader, and I also don't even really listen to audiobooks. There is just nothing better for me than literally sitting down with a book in my hands, feeling like you're between the pages of it. I don't know what it is. Nothing really compares for me. I've had a Kindle for about 6 months now, maybe a little bit longer. It's my first ever Kindle, even though I have been somebody who likes to read for a very long time. But this is my first Kindle, and yeah, like I said, I've had it for about 6, 7, maybe even 8 months now. I'm not entirely sure. And honestly, it's not something that I tend to reach for. However, my review as a whole, I would say that I do feel like they are worth it. Even if you are not somebody who was going to sit down and read and hold a physical copy every time you sit down and read, do I still think this is worth the investment? Yes, I do. So we'll get into the Kindle that I've got. This is the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition. Now, I think the only difference between the Signature Edition Paperwhite and then the normal one is actually just the storage, the memory. I think this comes with like 32 gigabytes, and then I think the normal one maybe only comes with 16 or something. Honestly, I didn't need 32 gigabytes. I'm just going to put it out there right now and say that that is way too much storage for the way that I'm going to use my Kindle. So I obviously also have Kindle Unlimited, which I will get onto in just a second. But in terms of like the actual storage wise, I've got way too much storage. I think the amount of books that this holds is just like insane, and considering this is not my main source of reading, I don't think you need 32 gig. So off the bat, I would say if you're in between Paperwhite or Paperwhite Signature Edition and you know that you will probably not use this as your primary reading source, you could probably get away and save a little bit of money and just get the normal Paperwhite. I don't know if it comes with any other features that the normal one doesn't. If it does, I will edit them in. But yeah, I'm not sure. I just know for a fact that I don't need this much storage. I have Kindle Unlimited, which the last time I checked, which I try not to check my bank account too much because I have a book buying addiction, so I try not to look. But the last time I checked, I'm sure it's £9.49 a month. And the selection of books on Kindle Unlimited is insane. So straight off the bat, I would say that is one of the main reasons why, even if you weren't going to be somebody who uses this as your primary source of reading, the selection of books that you have got access to on Kindle Unlimited is incredible. Rena Kent's on there, Sophie Lark is on there, Eva Ashwood is on there. You can get so many authors on there. The possibilities are endless, and you can download all those books for free. Well, you spend £9.49 a month and you can download all those books onto your Kindle. Now, there's a little bit of like a caveat to that, if you will, which is that I think at any one time you can only have, I think it's 12 books downloaded onto your Kindle at any one time. So even though you can download as many books as you want, you would have to delete books to re-download other ones, or you would then have to buy them, and then you can keep them and store them on your Kindle forever. And what I will say is that another thing about Kindle Unlimited is to buy books on there anyway are so much cheaper than buying, especially indie published authors on Amazon. Like, we all know those 15, 18, 22 pound books on Amazon. It's wild. We still pay it, but it's crazy. A lot of indie published authors are available on Kindle Unlimited, and you can probably buy their books for like £3.99, £4.99, like just so much cheaper than if you were to get a hardback anyway. So that is definitely a huge bonus for sure. I only use my Kindle for nighttime reading and travel purposes, which I'll also get to in just a second. But in terms of Kindle Unlimited, I feel like it's so worth it. If you're trying to be more frugal and you don't want to spend loads of money on books, but you want to know if you're even going to like a book before you buy it, you can download it on Kindle Unlimited. You can even download excerpts of like books and sort of read like a chapter or two before you go ahead and pay for them, or download them to see if it's even something that you want, which is a feature that I really like about the Kindle. And yes, you can download books, and if you fall in love with a book, it's a 5-6 star read, it's the book that is your love of your life, and you decide you want to go and then get a physical copy, then at least you've saved your money. Because like, I'll admit there are books on here that even though most of the time I know what I like to read, what I want to read, the tropes I like, it's very often I buy a book that I hated by the time I've come around to reading it. But that being said, it does happen, and at least it means you haven't wasted your money on the book when the time comes. And if you do love the book, then you can go and buy the physical copy. I know a lot of like my bookish mutual friends on TikTok, like that's the way they'll go about it. I wish I could be that way, but I'm not. So another really good feature about the Kindle is, this is why I personally bought mine. I'll just hold my hands up and say I didn't get one purely for the sake of saving money on books, because I always knew that I would buy a physical copy. I just always knew that. But you can save a hell of a lot of money regardless. The reason why I bought it was for travel purposes. So I spend a lot of my time traveling to like London and Sussex, which are hours away from where I currently live. And I am very precious about my books, extremely precious, and traveling with them gave me the craziest anxiety ever, because I was like, is my book getting crushed? Are my pages getting bent? Is my spine getting broken? It was very stressful. The Kindle, this literally fits in literally every single bag that I have. I can just shove it in my suitcase, shove it in my bag, take it on the train, take it on a plane, like wherever I'm going, and it's not going to get damaged. They're pretty hardy. I'll get into like what case and everything I use and how I decorate it, which is extremely fun. But it's really good for traveling. I can just download all the books that I want. As long as you've got a Wi-Fi connection wherever you're going, you can download whatever books that you want. I just find it so much easier to have everything in one place. It also means that it's just all there, you know. You're not going to forget a book. I'm not going to leave a book at my mum's house. I'm not going to leave a book at my friend's house, because I probably would cry on a daily basis if that happened. I've got just a weird thing, like I just need to have my whole entire collection together at all times. It's really, really good for traveling, and it's really good for nighttime reading. Now this for me is the biggest bonus that I found. Being somebody who likes to read books and hold them, as you can imagine, like getting cozy in bed at night is like impossible. Holding a book and you want to lay down or you want to lay on your side, like you just can't do it. You have to keep the light on. The really good thing about Kindle Unlimited is that I have a backlight on them that don't emit any blue light, so it's not going to affect you being able to get to sleep. You can literally hold it. I've got a pop socket on the back of mine. Literally just hold it laid up in bed like this on the side, whatever I want to do. The Kindle's not going anywhere. I can lay it however I want. And you've got dark mode. So let me just show you. You can adjust your settings. So this is currently how my library's looking. I just recently read, the last books I downloaded onto there were some Rena Kent books, the Lies and Truths duet. If you click on the top, you have this come up where you can adjust all of your light settings. Like you can have it go brighter, you can have it darker, you can also have it warmer, cooler, like however you like to have it. I like to have mine pretty in the middle. And also you have dark mode, which is the best for reading at night. So let me just get up a book in dark mode for you. It's just a game changer, honestly. Will always be in awe. This is what the dark mode looks like. So you can literally just in bed read with no light on and have dark mode on, and you can still see what you're reading, but there's no light glaring in your face. It doesn't strain your eyes. It's just the best ever. And even if you didn't want to read with dark mode on, you can still turn down the brightness. Like it's like a backlight. I wouldn't call it a brightness. Like it's not bright, but you can turn down the backlight. On the signature edition as well, you can also have it on auto brightness. So if you're reading outside and things, it will slowly adjust. You know, if it goes really bright and sunny, or if it goes in and cloudy, it will slightly adjust everything for you, which I just think is just so good. What you can also do is whilst you're reading, sometimes I like this feature, sometimes I don't, but it will tell you how long you've got left in the chapter or how far into the book you are. So the thing about me, like with my ADHD, is that I hyperfixate on that number massively. I'll be like, oh, I've got 4 minutes left in this chapter, but how long have I got left in the book? 1 hour, 28 minutes. And I keep checking and it just becomes a bit of an unhealthy obsession. But as you can see down the bottom here, it tells you there is how long you've got left in the book, and there's the time that you've got left in the book. Or you can click on it, you can have it just say the page number, click on it again, how long the time you've got left in that exact chapter is, and click on it again and how long you've got left in the actual whole book itself. It's good for tracking purposes, I think. I kind of like the feature. I think it's one of those things which sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it, but I know a lot of people really appreciate that. And of course, for somebody who doesn't annotate my books on a regular basis, I love that on a Kindle I can annotate if I want. So I could literally, I was going to try and find a cute quote in here to maybe highlight, but you know, I just can't find one, but I'll just show you. So like you can literally, can you see that? Like that is highlighting. And then that will highlight. So you can annotate on your Kindle. You can also share all your highlighted notes onto Goodreads if you connect this all up. So I really like that idea. I don't annotate a lot, but sometimes I will save like little cute quotes and stuff, and it saves it onto your Kindle. Even when you're not in the book, there will be a section on the homepage of your Kindle where you can go and just see all your highlighted notes and all the books. And another thing as well, if you are swapping between physical copy and Kindle, and you're probably thinking, well, how am I going to keep up with what pages I'm on? You can literally just search at the top, and it'll tell you here what page, what location you want to go to, whether it's a chapter, whether it's a page number, and you can just very easily locate where you are, because Kindle pages and normal pages don't match up. Kindle books tend to be longer because, as you can imagine, the amount of words that you're fitting on one Kindle screen does not match up sometimes to how many words are on one book page. So you'll find that you might click through like maybe 2 to 3 Kindle pages, but it will still only say like page 89 because you're still technically on that page in the book. But I really like that it's easy to track like where I am, but especially for somebody who switches between the two. In terms of how much I actually reach for my Kindle, it's not that much. I think at one point I didn't actually pick up my Kindle for like 3 months because I just kind of felt like I didn't need to. But aside from that, I still feel like having a Kindle is worth it. I've been kind of obsessed with it recently. I've been using it loads. I've been reading on it every single night at the moment. I definitely go through phases with it, but I still think, regardless of the fact that I don't use this primarily, I still think that they are worth it. Now, in terms of like decoration, so I have a clear case on my Kindle. This is just from Amazon, and my pop socket as well is from Amazon. And these are the stickers that I have on it currently. They're all my favourite things. So, I mean, I feel like it might be pretty self-explanatory, some of these stickers, if you're a dark romance reader. But if you're not, let me explain. So we've got the Devil's Night series. This is actually a Magnolia Parks quote, which is, "How's the weather, Parks?" I just love that series so much. This is just a cool sticker actually, which says, "Came for the hero, just kidding, I only come for the villains." Listen, it's tiny, nobody can see it, okay? I've obviously had to have a sticker for Credence. This is Why Choose Book Club. This one is I Like My Men Morally Grey, and then the bottom one says I'm emotionally attached to fictional characters. And then this one over here, which I really love, says normal people have no idea how beautiful the darkness is. That is how it is currently decorated. And what I do is I just place them underneath this case, so I don't then have to actually stick them onto my Kindle, peel them off, ruin the stickers. I can just switch them out, readjust them as and when I please. I've also got other stickers somewhere. Let me just go and show you my other stickers. So the stickers that I don't currently have on it, which is Hockey Romance Era. And then, oh, I wish this one would fit. This is a Raven Hood trilogy sticker, which is Dom's infamous quote, which is, "We love rainy days, don't be baby." Oh my God. It makes me emotional. And then I've got a cat and mouse duet one, which is "Cat Got Your Tongue, Little Mouse." The king himself, Zaid Meadows. And then I've also got an Akatar one. This is quite a big sticker, so I don't actually keep it on there that often, which is just a picture of Valaris, and then it says, "To the stars who listen and to the dreams that are answered." Now, if you go on Etsy, there is such an abundance of Kindle stickers, and so many stores that do Kindle stickers on there, and they do such cute ones. They're really not expensive. That's where I got all of these stickers from, loads of stores on Etsy. I ordered these like nearly a year ago at this point, so I can't remember exactly which stores I got them from, but I honestly, if you just literally went on and typed in Raven Hood trilogy sticker, these will come up. So that is the best place I personally have found to get decorations for my Kindle. And then, like I said, my pop socket and case is from Amazon. Really personalize your Kindle to what you want. And I just think they're just really cute. They're a cute accessory, and it also means if you're like traveling, if you're on trains, you don't have to like whip out a full-on book and then have it wide open and then people see what you're reading. Like with a Kindle, you can be a little bit more discreet, because we all need to be a bit discreet while reading the things that some of us like to read. So I think that they are worth it 100%. They're an investment, and I think that they're so worth it. And I honestly think Kindle Unlimited is so worth it. And even if you didn't have Kindle Unlimited, buying books on Kindle most of the time tends to be a hell of a lot cheaper, especially if you're always reading indie published authors. You will be able to find their books on Kindle Unlimited for so much less than you would buying them on Amazon. Another great thing as well is that you can get ARCs sent straight to your Kindle. So So if you are somebody that likes to sign up for ARCs and things like that, you can get books before they're released sent to your Kindle as an ARC as well, and I really like that idea. They are just the best thing ever, despite the fact that I don't always reach for mine. I think that these are so worth it. So if you've been thinking about getting a Kindle, if you're not entirely sure what one to get, I think the Paperwhite is a really good in-between. After the Paperwhite, they get pretty expensive. The Paperwhites, I think, are a perfect size as well for reading. Literally, like, it's literally as wide as a book. Like, it's literally like holding a book. This is the part where I genuinely just don't feel like I have any cons. See, maybe the fact that you pay for the Kindle and you have to then pay for Kindle Unlimited on top of that. That might not be for everybody, but unfortunately, you know, what Kindle Unlimited offers you, I think it's still really worth it, and it's still a really, really good price. But for me, like I say, I'm not somebody who genuinely reaches my Kindle that much, and I'm struggling to think of cons as to why you shouldn't get one if you are an avid reader. Battery life on it is great. I think I've charged this like 4 times. And I've had it since last August or July, and I've only charged this 4 times. So you can't even say, oh, you know, you need to bring a plug with you. Like, you could charge this up before you go away for like probably a couple of weeks and not have to take your charger, and your Kindle will still have battery when you come back, which I just think is such, it's just, I mean, it's a pro. I'm trying to give you cons and I haven't got any. Let me try and think of a con of the Kindle. I don't know. The fact that you've got to buy it in the first place. No, but in all seriousness, I can't actually think of any cons of it really. I think it's really worth the investment and I love it. And I just don't really feel like I could ever be without one. So that wraps up my review of my Kindle. Pros, kind of cons, but not really. From somebody who is a physical copy girl. Because what I find is a lot of reviews I've watched are from people who probably always had a Kindle and then they've upgraded and then they're like, is this Kindle worth it? I find it really hard to find reviews from people who admit and say, like, I want to read physical copies. Do you think this is worth it? So I hope that this has helped you if you're on the fence. Thank you so much for watching my video as always, guys. Don't forget to leave comments down below. I'm going to start vlogging again soon, so please let me know what vlogs you want to see. I've got a couple in mind, but if there's anything specifically you guys would like me to do, then let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video.